Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going over the 10 books that I read in February. I was hesitant about making this video because I realized that half of the books that I read, I do not own a physical copy of. Where's the joy in that? I love holding up the book and talking about it. And a lot of them were arcs that I needed to catch up on, advanced reader copies that I got months and months and months, maybe even a year ago that I had not caught up on, and now they released in January, February, March, and I needed to catch up. So we have a lot of new releases in this video. By the time you're watching this, this came out literally yesterday. This is a Fate Inked in Blood. This is the Fairy Loot edition, so it's a different cover. This is what it usually looks like. And this is a romance fantasy. Okay, you caught me. I actually read this in October. I need everyone to read it. Any excuse to talk about this book. This is a Norse mythology inspired romance fantasy. It has, I would give it 1 chili pepper. It's not that spicy. Not one of the KU romance fantasies out there that are a little crazy. This is about Freya. I had to make sure that I wasn't going to give anything away, but Freya is born from a goddess and she's hiding it. Forbidden romance between her and her betrothed's son. Okay, it sounds bad. It sounds bad. She is captured here. She is forced into this. She doesn't want to be there. Bjorn is assigned to look over Freya, even though she doesn't need anyone to look over for her. She is a baddie, okay? They're into each other. The tension in this book, iconic, unmatched. And I believe these are also available on Kindle Unlimited. It's Danielle L. Jensen. I love her Bridge Kingdom series. Love it so much. It's one of my favorite fantasy series. I talk with my hands, I'm sorry. Also, look at her. Look at Freya. She's beautiful. And then Bjorn. Okay, Cassie and Girlies. This one's for you, Cassie and Girlies. Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Everyone's talking about this. This is a vampire and a werewolf romance. I wouldn't say it's a marriage of convenience. I guess it's a marriage of convenience. They're trying to make peace between the vampires and werewolves, so they get married to prove that there can be a coming together of their species. It's Ali Hazelwood. It's a rom-com. And then it has all these paranormal aspects to it. I definitely learned a lot about the Omega-verse, I guess. Like a little dabble into the Omega-verse. And if you don't know what that is, look it up. It was fun. It was fun. I am not obsessed with it as much as other creators are, but I had fun reading it. It was like a good time. I loved the brother. I hope that in the next one we get more about her brother. I thought he was funny. He was a good main character. Misery. Misery is such a cute name. I had never heard it before. Apparently it's like a Stephen King thing, but when I was like, oh my god, her name is Misery. It's so cute. All right. I reread A Court of Silver Flames to prepare for the release of House of Flame and Shadow. I have to say that the second go around on this, the second read, I found Cassian extremely annoying.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
I know, I just shouted out to all the Cassian girlies. I found him so obnoxious in this. It dragged on, plotware. This kind of like a setup book. It's setting it up for what's to come in the next few ACOTARs, and I feel like maybe those will be fleshed out better. That goes into House of Flame and Shadow and how these connect. It kind of set it up for this. We still didn't get an explanation in this. Like, this was a good ending to Bryce and Hunt's story, but for everything else, none of my questions were answered. Like, what the fuck is Fury? Still, what is she? All the things that I thought I would know by now, I don't know, and all I have is more theories. I gave it a 5-star for Hunt and Bryce, and a lot of people are very opinionated about that because they think that their relationship changed, it was different, all this stuff, but you have to realize they both went through some traumatic shit, so they're both acting a fool for most of this book, and yes, it pissed me off, but at the end, it was all worth it, and that's how real relationships are sometimes, so just grow up. That's my opinion on that. Moving on. The next thing I read was Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas, and this is a gothic romance. Vampires are a subplot in this. It's not what you think, but the pining and the tension in this book is everything. Nestor and Nana's romance is unmatched. The pining, it's kind of like a second chance romance, but they haven't seen each other in like over 10 years, and then when they do see each other again, it's like, oh my gosh, let's pick up where we left off, but I'm still mad at you for leaving me, so it's like I kind of want to make you pay for leaving me here all by myself. But and it's kind of like a cowboy vibe, like the cowboys fight vampires and stuff. Okay, I can't give away too much, okay? But it's a beautiful gothic romance, and I have to say the tension is 1000% tension. If there's any romance that I love has a bunch of tension. One more with so much tension, Powerless by Lauren Robertson. I think from her TikTok she says she wrote this at like 16 or something. And this, if you're a fan of the Hunger Games, Throne of Glass, any of those YA competition books, this is for you. I just love everything Kai says. Quote it all. He is such a simp for the main girl. I forgot her name already, but I remember every little other detail, every scene when he ran after her in the rain, all this stuff. Like, and if you like audiobooks, I highly recommend the Powerless audiobook because the narrator for Kai, amazing voice. Another one with an amazing audiobook that will rock your world is Magnolia Parks. I didn't think that I would be a Magnolia Parks girly, okay? Because it sounds horrible. Like, if you know one thing about me is that the cheating trope is my biggest nightmare. Automatically 1 star, throw the book out the window, I hate it. Magnolia Parks is the fucking cheating trope. The whole book is a cheating trope. It's about these 2 rich kids that dated for 5 years, many years ago. And you're in the present and they're still dealing with why they broke up, and like they still love each other, but the breakup was so traumatic and they have not let it go and they will never let it go. Oh my gosh, it's so well written. If you love Gossip Girl, it is Chuck and Blair vibes. You know how they're always sabotaging each other and getting back together and then breaking up and then sabotaging it and getting back. Same thing. So much sabotage. This group of friends, they're all rich. They all do messed up things to each other, but at the end of it, at the heart of it, they would literally die for each other because they are that close. The epitome of found family, and I highly recommend the Magnolia Park series. I didn't think I would like it. I didn't think I would like it at all, and I am obsessed. I'm a fantasy girl, you can tell. All these little romances, I'm like, these rom-coms, but Magnolia Parks has me in a chokehold. I haven't read Daisy Hates because there is a 9-week wait on my library, and I'm currently on 3 weeks left of the hold. So hopefully I'll get it soon. Hopefully everyone forgot about their hold and they don't collect in time and then I get it. Okay? I finished off Heartstopper with Heartstopper Volume 5. It was so adorable. Harley is my favorite character, I think, in Heartstopper. I haven't watched the show, but I'm waiting for Volume 6 to then watch the show because I heard Volume 6 is the last one. It's gonna be done. I feel like these are all continuations of series now. I read Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of the Otherland? Is that what it's called? Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands, which is the second book to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and it was even better than the first one. I love Emily's kind of roughness, that she's so anal and like particular about everything she wants to do, and Wendell is like, who fucking cares? Just live life. Live, laugh, love. Wendell, he's insane. His messiness really made this story, plus the side characters that we get introduced to are very interesting. They're like cozy little fantasies that you can like just wrap yourself up in a blanket and read this cozy fantasy with low stakes. It feels like it's low stakes when you're reading it. I don't know how to explain. Like, characters do get severely injured sometimes and you're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But it's not as dramatic as reading like Throne of Glass or something. Like, it feels still warm and cozy like a cup of tea. I can't explain it. I finished off the Divine Rivals duology and read Ruthless Vows. It was so good. My God. I cried. I cried so much. That's all I'm gonna say about it, but I cried so much. The end. Ooh, and the last thing I read actually was a short story, I guess a novella by Silvia Moreno Garcia, The Lover. It was so good. It's only 40 pages, so definitely give it a chance. I think the audiobook is available on Prime Reading for free, I'm pretty sure, if you have Amazon Prime. It's about a girl and a wolf. That's it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. It's a girl and a wolf. I was fully enveloped in this story. Okay, the betrayals, the plot twists. It's crazy that that was done in 40 pages. I loved it. I feel like I read a whole book. I think more books should be 40 pages. That's everything I read in February and January. I tricked you. I just wanted to put them all in one video. Check this out though. I designed these shirts. Take me to your reader with a little UFO, and this little alien is holding a book and it says book, and I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I have it in sweatshirts, t-shirts, crop tops, sweaters, and links are all down below. Stay beautiful. I love you. Peace.